you step out, get some in now, let your edge out, to some iceberg, you'll be heavy in my mind.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are trying out some different human hair that was sent to me by YGwigs. This hair is a deep wave and I got a 20-inch for the length. I have tried YG's human hair bulk before and it never disappoints. This hair is a double drawn hair, so it comes nice and full, literally from the root to the tip. This hair is very soft. Like as I run my fingers through it, you get no tangles, you get no snags, and it's really like that throughout the installment. I have installed this hair twice on 2 different clients and they really love it. They've been saying it's lasting very good. The first client that I used this on, I did a short braided bob on her and it turned out so cute. We used 1 bundle of hair for that style and I believe we still had a little bit left over from that 1 bundle. This hair is bulk hair, so you can split it apart. You don't have to cut it off of a track. And right here, I'm showing you that there is literally no small hairs. Like I'm pulling on this hair and I am almost halfway through the bundle and there is no small hairs that are pulling out, which is really good. That means you're getting full strands. You're not just getting small hairs throughout the bundle to make it look full. This is how the hair looks when it's wet. I just sprayed it down with my water bottle. This hair can be dipped with hot water since it is human hair, or you can just spray it down with your spray bottle and put mousse on it. Also, I thought it was important to measure out this hair. This is my first time doing this, so I measured it out with this little paper measuring tape I had, and without it being stretched, it's about 19 inches. Stretched, it's a little bit, tiny bit past 20 inches. Here's the hair after it dried down a little bit, and then let's get into the style that I have in my video today. So you guys, the first row that I did, I really had to just figure out what I was doing and how I can make it look the way that I wanted to, because this is kind of a new style for me to do. This is my 3rd time doing this style, so I'm still trying to perfect it a little bit, but I think I did pretty good on this time, so I'm going to show you guys what I did. I'm on my 2nd row. So the first row I did 3 of these invisible locks, and then now on my 2nd row I'm doing 5 because I wanted it to brick, and I'll show you later what I mean by brick. But I just parted my top section and I'm starting to twist down. I use both of my hands to twist, and I'm grabbing a little bit of hair as I'm twisting down on my section. It's like a flat twist. That's kind of what I was doing. Not a flat 2-strand twist, but literally just like a flat twist. And that's what worked for me. I've saw different techniques of people using it with the comb or literally just taking the section and twisting the whole thing as one. But for me, when I did that, it just was too loose for me. So I literally had to take one piece at a time and just twist it down. And when I get to the bottom, I have a little piece left over at the bottom that I use to make a tiny braid at the bottom of my flat twist, just to keep it tight and so that it doesn't unravel, because that was another thing that was a problem with me when I was doing this style. I'll do a really tight twist and then I'll let it go and it is literally like a poof. And I didn't understand that. So with me, a tiny braid helped. And it also helped when it came to feeding in this human hair. So after I got done with my tiny braid, I just feeded in a little strand of human hair and I braided it a little bit in, and that's just one side of my invisible lock. So for the next side, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to part out a tiny section at the start of my flat twist, and I am going to start twisting that little section, and I'm twisting going clockwise, and I'm grabbing a tiny bit of hair as I'm twisting going clockwise. And I'm just going to continue to do that all the way down that part that I parted out. And then when I get to the bottom of the flat twist, I'm going to take a little section that is not twisted into my flat twist and create a tiny braid at the bottom of my flat twist. And then another problem that I ran into doing this style was a little hard for me, is keeping the twisty at the root. So I had to crochet a tiny piece of my hair that I was working with into the base of my flat twist. This method really helped when it came to my twisties getting loose and slipping down. This is the hair that I use to do the twisties. It's Expression Twisted Up Spring Afro Twist, and it comes with 3 bundles in it. And I used the color 1B. It's 16 inches, I believe. And I just folded it in half, and I just twisted one side of it at my base and twisted the other side at my base, and then twisted them both together. And then I started to twist down. I used 1 full strand for each invisible lock that I did. So for the base, I used this tiny little piece right here, and then for the remaining of the twisty, I just used the rest of the full strand. As I'm twisting, I want to make sure that I leave out the human hair strand that I added in my braid, but continue to keep the natural hair inside of the twist. And then I'm just going to continue to twist down. For the ends of the twisties, I am Bantu knotting the ends, but I am not going to Bantu knot them until I put all of the twisties in. So for right now, I am twisting all the twisties down all the way to the end. When you are starting your invisible lock, you want to brick it. So in between your last row is the middle of your new row's invisible lock. So you're going to want to part it in between your last row's invisible lock, so it lays right in the middle of that invisible lock, so it doesn't look too spacey when it lays down. I hope that I explained that good enough for you guys, but later on in the video, you're going to see exactly how many that I did in each row, and you'll kind of see how it bricks. This is me just showing you guys a quick example of what I do again. I split the section in 2. I take a small piece at the top, and I start to twist all the way down, and then I braid the very bottom of my flat twist just to secure it more so I don't have to worry about it unraveling on me. I take my crochet hook at the bottom of my 2 flat twists, and I crochet a little piece of my Afro twist hair through the bottom of my flat twist just so I can secure my twisty at the top and it doesn't slip down on me. I twist one side of my twisty and twist the other side, and then I twist them both together to keep it nice and secure at the top of my flat twist. After that, I start to twist down a little bit, and then I take out my human hair strand that I put in my twisty, and I only take that little piece out, nothing else. I keep the natural hair inside of the twisty, and I continue to twist down. I take a little bit of product just to keep the client's natural hair in the twisty and twist all the way down. This is just what works for me. I know there's a lot of different methods out there, but for me, it took a lot of different steps to make sure that my style was secure. I don't want my client to walk out and feel like things are just unraveling on her. So this is my last step that I'm doing. I'm taking the bottom part of the twisty and I'm measuring it to the point where I want it to be. And then I am flipping the twisty up and I'm wrapping down. I use my crochet hook just to secure the ends inside of the Bantu knot. Some people use rubber bands, but I use my crochet hook just for about anything. So here's me showing you again that I just reverse it up and I wrap down, and I continue to wrap down till I get to the very ends of the twisty. I stick my crochet hook through the bottom and I just tuck that end into the Bantu knot. And when you're taking these down, you'll just pull on the Bantu knot and you can pull out what you tucked in, or you can just cut it if your hair is short enough. This is a great style for people that have long hair and they want to do a bob option. You can just Bantu knot it up and it gives you that same type of short style without you having to cut your hair. This is the finishing touches. My client's getting her baby hairs laid down, and then I'm just cutting the human hair to the length of the twisties because I just like it to have one length and it gives it a nice fullness and a nice evenness throughout. If you want it to be fuller, you can always add a little bit more human hair or just more hair to your twisty to give it more thickness. But I love the way that these turned out. I'm just showing you how many I did in each row. The first one was 3. The second row was 5. The third row was 8. I thought it was 7, but it ended up being 8 invisible locks in that row. So it is 4 on each side of the head. So 1, 2, 3, 4. For the fourth row, it is 9 total. This is the most that I do in one row. And then after this row, the next row up will be less invisible locks. For the fifth row, it is 6 invisible locks in this row. And for the last 2 rows at the top, it is 3 invisible locks each on each side. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.